them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K, it's the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props, or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. The Eye Test with Pierre, McGuire, and Jimmy Murphy.
The Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche. And after 22 years, Raymond Mark
The sickest NHL podcast. It's gonna be sick.
And welcome to another edition of the Eye Test here.
We're
in the
going
Sick Podcast
overtime,
Network.
I think we're going overtime.
We are live from SSE Arena in the off-ice bar where we were for the Friendship 4, and we are here for the Friendship Series. Pierre, the first game, Minnesota and Duluth is tied now after Harvard actually took a 2-0 lead
and
in the
almost
third period.
scored to make it 3-0. And then there were a couple divine intervention posts. Now it's 2-2. Duluth. Here we go.
And there we are. We are headed to overtime here.
Unbelievable.
And, of course, the second game will be Quinnipiac and BU. Now, Pierre, as we were just saying, if Harvard was able to hold on or if they pull this off in overtime, that is a pretty big upset in the world of women's college hockey.
Oh, yeah, massive upset.
Yeah.
One of the biggest upsets they've had probably the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and we've seen there have been some upsets, and at least in the men's tournaments here. We saw Miami come in here and win that tournament, go on a little run after that. Yeah. So you never know what can happen here over in Belfast. But, Pierre, I can't believe it's already Friday here, and we're already at the game days. This week has flown by. We've had an amazing time. Yeah. All the different broadcasts, seeing all our friends and meeting new people here. I know you got to enjoy a dinner at your favorite
Merchants
establishment
Hotel.
here.
Shout out to Merchants Hotel, best hotel in Belfast for dining.
Yes.
For dining.
Staying would be the AC Marriott Belfast.
Yep, that's correct. Dining at Merchants is special, and I would encourage anybody that has the opportunity to come to Belfast to go to Merchants.
I would check it out. And we had a New Year's Eve over at the Game of Thrones, and then I ended up catching up with a lot of the team's families back at the hotel lobby. There is with our group.
All right, now let me just say, some people know when to shut it down. Some people don't, and my schedule doesn't allow me to run wild like I used to.
You have to, but that was the one night that I have not. I've been a good boy other than that.
I was in bed. You've been very good.
But it was nice. It was nice too to just catch. As like I said, we've been here twice in a month, 3 times in the last year. You've been here 4 times in the last year, Pierre, and we're just starting to feel part of the community here.
It's an honor to be here with
people.
you, Jimmy. It's an honor to be here. Really grateful every time we get off the plane. I'm really grateful every time we get on the plane to come here. That thing that we went to the other night at Game of Thrones, that was phenomenal.
And I'm not even a Game of Thrones person.
No, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, me neither.
But I'm just telling you, just
now
the hospitality, the way it was, the way people treated us. I was watching the young players, their eyes when they were walking in.
Yeah.
Clearly, that's for that age group.
Mm-hmm.
They were so enthralled and into it, and they knew everything. I was just sitting there eating and maybe having a glass of rouge or whatever, and listening. I was like, "Wow, they're really. This is cool. This is great."
It was pretty cool. As I was walking around, I bumped into Maeve Kelly, who was on the show with us in Dublin.
Yeah, I watched Maeve practice this morning.
Yeah, and I bumped into her dad, and we just started talking. He said, "Thanks for having her on whatever." Turns out he actually knew Herb Brooks pretty well, and he says, "I know that Pierre McGuire must have known him well." He said, "You tell Pierre what an honor it is to know a gentleman like Herb Brooks," and he had some great stories from Pierre.
One of the best days I ever had was after the 2002 Salt Lake City Olympics. Gordon Miller, Bob McKenzie, and I were sitting in the airport in Salt Lake, and Herbie walked into the bar, and the only reason we were in the bar was a 4-hour delay for our planes to take off because there was so much traffic in Salt Lake. And Herbie had coached in the gold medal game that year. The Americans lost to the Canadians. Mm-hmm. Great Canadian team, especially after what happened in 98. And Herb sat with Gord, Bob, and I'm not kidding you, for all of 4 hours. And it was unbelievable.
That's when you just sort of
listen, right? Oh, yeah, you don't talk. You listen. And then he starts asking your opinion. And if he agrees, he gives you one of these.
Yep.
And if he doesn't agree, he's giving it to you pretty good.
And by the way, I just want to mention we're going to have a great guest lineup here. Shortly, we're going to be joined by Quinnipiac assistant coach Amanda Allessie. And then also, we've got our good friend Doug Christensen from the ECAC.
The commissioner's coming on. That's good.
Yep.
He played here.
He did. He coached here.
And his wife's from here.
Yep. It was interesting when I came in, all the security, I saw them going up to him. They remember him, saying hi to him.
Doug's an amazingly personable guy and smart as all get out. He is good.
He really is. And we're going to have Steve Burke as well.
Yeah, no. Yep. Mr. Burke coming on. That's good. So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you see the Olympic rosters?
Yeah. So speaking of Herb Brooks and the Olympics, good segue. I did, Pierre. You made a great catch, by the way, Pierre. When Pierre and I were prepping for the show today between all his other podcast hits, and Pierre found an interesting stat there. Canada's
got 25 players that have won 25 Stanley Cups amongst their players.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. has 5.
That's it.
And 2 of them by Matthew Tkachuk.
Yep. So really.
And 1 by Seth Jones.
Yeah. So really.
The experience facts are not even close.
No.
And the other part is Doughty, 2 gold medals. Crosby, 2 gold medals.
Mm-hmm.
in Olympic play.
Yes.
The Americans,
0.
unless Jim Craig's coming back to play. It's pretty amazing. So you do a tail of tape, and I know there are people, and you know too, Jimmy, we know so many people that are upset with different players that didn't make it, different players that did make it. So here's what I'm going to just say. I will never disrespect a player who's been named to his national team.
I'm happy you said
and
that.
I will never disrespect a player that's been put in the Hockey Hall of Fame. I never will. Some I agree with, some I don't. But what I will tell you,
it's not their fault they were
not
selected.
100%, it's not. But what I will tell you is, here are players that I think should have been on teams. You decide who shouldn't have been on them. But I think Lane Hutson should have been on Team USA. I do. I think Lane Hutson should have been on. I'm glad Seth Jones is on Team USA.
Okay.
He's a Stanley Cup winner. He's 6'4". He won internationally over in Russia in the World Junior on a team coached by Phil Housley. I think he merits being on there. He played phenomenal hockey. He was a plus player all playoff last year. I think he ended up plus 10 in the playoffs last year. For like, you're playing against Edmonton all the time, and he got the big heavy minutes.
Yeah.
He got the big heavy minutes against McDavid. So I just could say he belongs on the team. We're talking about, obviously elite American players. I think Cole Caulfield should be on the team.
I think Cole Caulfield.
And that's not because I'm from Montreal. It's not because I do a lot with the Canadiens. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do, I think Cole Caulfield's goal scoring can make a difference in a game, just like I think Lane Hutson's puck moving ability can make a big difference in a big game. I don't know who's going to be off the team because I don't think that's respectful. I'm not going to do that. But on the Canadian side, you cannot tell me Sam Bennett and Mark Scheifele shouldn't be on that team. You can't even begin to tell me that.
No. So here's what I'm going to say, Pierre. In terms of the Sam Bennett thing, some people are saying, well, if you had Sam Bennett, then it would have been tough to have Tom Wilson.
No, I put them on a line together.
Why not have both?
Put them on a line together.
Line. Yeah.
Good luck if you're a defenseman for Team USA and those guys are coming after you.
That's
how do you think Charlie McAvoy is going to think? Or how do you think Quinn Hughes is going to think when he sees those two behemoths
barreling in on him,
crushing them? Come on.
I know. That's what I say. See, I don't know. Look, I will say this. I wouldn't want to be the people that have to choose because there are so many wonderful choices. But at the same time, and I'm not going to name names or anything right now. And we've had this discussion. I feel like some of it is too predetermined.
Jason Robertson never got a fair chance.
Thank you.
Jason Robertson, and look, he's as hot as any player in the league. No, he's not hotter than Nathan McKinnon. He's not hotter than Connor McDavid. But for Americans, maybe Austin Matthews right now is the hottest guy besides Jason Robertson.
I want to get to that later. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
I mean, so I'm just look. I will, and I'm telling you, I mean this sincerely. You can write all the stuff you want to Jimmy. I don't. It doesn't bother me. All I'm going to tell you is, I'll never disrespect any player that's been named to their national team. I just don't think it's appropriate. But I do think there are guys that are not on the team that should be on the team.
So, Pierre, let me ask you this. If you were one of the general managers or
I never would have leaked. I never would have leaked.
I know that.
No chance.
And you know what? In a world like this, I get it. Everyone wants instant stuff right away, and it's social media, and I think that does have an effect on it, obviously. But one of the biggest things is that the anxiety and the anticipation and the surprise. You're almost taking away. It's anticlimactic.
How does Adam Fox feel
to know all that before he finds out from Billy Guerin?
Had been an amazing ambassador for so many things. And if you don't believe me, go Google Adam Fox and go look at what he does for his father-in-law, Tim Green, the former NFL player. It's a phenomenal story. And it's not just that. Adam Fox was a great player at Harvard. Adam Fox was a great player for the national team development program. Adam Fox won a World Junior playing with Charlie McAvoy in Canada, in Montreal. I can go down the line. Okay?
Yep.
I get it. He's not on the team. That shouldn't have been leaked.
That's not how he should find out.
That's not. And they're going to say, well, no, Billy called him and Billy explained it. Well, who's the coach?
Yeah, about 72 hours later.
Who's the coach? Mike Sullivan. Who's the general manager? Chris Drury. Who's the assistant coach? The coach of the defense with the New York Rangers? David Quinn.
Right.
They're all part of USA staff.
Exactly.
Harvard.
Wow.
Major upset. 1980 Olympics. Harvard beats Minnesota Duluth.
Unreal.
Unbelievable.
What an upset here. Harvard has pulled off the upset here in Belfast. Knocked down Goliath here. This is why I love the Friendship 4, now the Friendship Series.
That's
I know.
unbelievable.
For those that don't follow women's hockey, or for you that are watching here in Belfast, This is huge, Pierre. This will shake up the rankings
will
back
ever.
home in the States in women's college hockey.
The easiest interview you're going to have, Coach coming up.
Yep.
And then
Amanda Allessie right here.
Allessie coming up. And then the other one is Coach Christensen, who is the coach here. Wait, here he comes. I told you, he'd be the most amped up guy. ECAC major upset. No,
we got Amanda first.
No, Amanda's first.
Hey,
Commissioner Christensen, she has to actually coach a game coming up.
I know.
She has to coach a game.
Now we're hoping that for your sake, there's no upsets in the next game.
Okay. I am going to pass it on to Coach Allessie.
Right, and do that. We'll see you back for the Q&A, and we'll talk more about the Olympics.
You understand what I'm saying about the Olympics. I'm never going to say a guy should be off his Olympic team. I have too much respect.
It's not their fault.
That's all I'm
But
going to
I'm
say.
glad you brought up the thing about people getting out through Twitter.
The leaking stuff made me ill. Bye.
All right. We'll talk to Pierre in a second. Here we go. Quinnipiac assistant coach right now, Amanda Allessie, joining me here on the eye test on the Sick Podcast Network, live from the Off Ice Bar at SSE Arena. Place may start to filter in some fans here as we're now officially between games. Here you go. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I think actually we met the other night in the lobby at the AC Marriott. It was early though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we were all in bed by midnight, right when the ball dropped. Anyhow, well, then again, that's 5 hours before, but oops. Anyhow, we appreciate you taking the time. I know you're sort of in pregame mode right now. We know what a routine that is. So thank you for taking the time. First of all, your reaction to what we just saw there.
This is the state of women's college hockey. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I played about 15 years ago and I've been coaching for 11. And to see the shift of just how good everybody is across the board. Any given night.
Yep.
Like there's no more guarantees. Back in my day, there were definitely games where you'd step on the ice and as long as, your squad showed up, that you kind of knew that you could win. And it's gone, and I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It makes it
sport.
exciting for the fans and everything. And talk to us. Let's start off. First time in Belfast in Ireland, or
Third.
Okay. Yeah. And what do you love about it?
The people.
Yeah, me too.
We came in. We brought our team in 2019 for the first time. Back when it was just a two teams, series.
Right? Yeah.
And then came back in this past summer with got to bring my husband back, which was cool.
Was that for like a site visit or
site visit? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So got to bring my husband back, which was really fun, and he got to meet the cool people and the people that make this place tick, which is cool. So now back for the third time, and hopefully not the last.
And how about just I don't know about you. My first time was a year ago, so it was 2024 Friendship 4.
Yep.
And the thing that struck me the most is when I'm out in a bar or a restaurant, and they say, "Why are you here?" And I explain, "Oh yeah, we know about it." And then you start to talk with them and realize how much they know the intricacies and just the rules and everything about hockey over here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a hockey fan base. And
yep.
I didn't know that until then. It's pretty amazing to be able to just really talk hockey like you would with somebody at home.
Yep. It is really cool. I think we came to the game on Tuesday, and you could tell even just by what the fans react to that they understand the game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you get the oohs and the ahs at
totally.
the proper times, or the boos and the cheers. And, yeah.
You look at the roster and the coaching staff, and they all there's so many ties to college hockey.
Oh my gosh,
Canadian, U.S. national teams, and
yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's fun to be here.
We were having this conversation at the men's, and then actually I forgot I had it. I think with a security guard here today. You come over here, you want your players to obviously be able to embrace this experience, to feel it and learn it, and have it be a memory that they can look back on. But at the same time, it's a business trip. Yeah. You're here to win, and these games count. How do you, as a coaching staff, plan for that and approach that balance?
Yeah, I think preparation is huge. And having done it once before, we know what it feels like. And, all three coaches on our staff have been with national teams and have gone to short-term competition where you're away for 1 or 2 weeks at a time. So we know kind of what it feels like and how to prepare for that. So once we got the girls back on campus, December 26th, we dove right into 3 days of practice with a lot of information. We gave them our scout on BU early so that they could kind of process that information early. We worked on a ton of different, tactical things and really, really prepped before we hit the road, because we wanted, as soon as we got on the plane, we wanted this to be a cultural experience that they would never forget. So we jam-packed our itinerary. We tried to get as much in there as we could, because there's just nothing cooler than traveling with your best friends and your college hockey team.
It's such a great bonding experience.
Such a good bonding experience. And I think that the the last 4 days of travel and being with each other all day, every day is going to help us on the ice.
Yeah.
I don't know that giving them a ton of downtime and, not letting them go to the Giants Causeway or not letting them do all these fun things would be beneficial. So I think it's going to show. And I think they had a lot of fun, and we had a ton of fun too.
How much does a pregame routine change at all in terms of, what you do in the dressing room before you hit the ice for the first time, like a game day skate or, at the pregame? Does any of that change for you, or just try to keep it as normal as possible?
Try and keep it as normal as possible. We gave them, a few days away from team video or anything like that. But yesterday morning, before we kind of went off on our bus tour, we did some team video just to get the mind thinking again. And then, we talked about, we prepared them and talked about how, Thursday evening should be like a standard Thursday evening for you. If you do meditation, if you watch film, whatever it is at home, we should be doing here. And same thing on game day.
And now you were there at the Game of Thrones for the New Year's Eve thing that they put on here. How cool of an experience was that?
Really cool.
Are you a Game of Thrones fan, or?
I am not, but now I feel like I need to watch.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
It
was pretty cool. So how about the girls? Did they have a good time?
They had a blast. They were trying on the costumes, taking the photos. It seemed like they had a blast. So
That's good.
It was
stuff.
really cool.
The final thing I want to ask you too about it is, one of the reasons that Robert Fitzpatrick owns the Belfast Giants, at first he got into hockey and started the Giants, and then he does this, and it's the whole meaning behind Friendship 4 and Friendship Series is that it unites this community, considering all the division they had throughout the years. Like, how great does it feel to be part of a sport when you're doing that you're literally helping this city and this community come together?
It's really cool. And we have a professor of Irish history at Quinnipiac that we had come and speak with our girls before we came over here, because I've been here 3 times and I've heard the same stories of the division and the troubles and what the Belfast Giants have done, and I've heard them so many times, and the more that I hear them, the more that it clicks. So we wanted to make sure that they got a few touch points on that, so that it really did hit home that it's more than just a couple hockey games and a trip to Northern Ireland. So I think they understand. We made up some team jackets that were the Belfast Giants teal color, which is off-brand for us at Quinnipiac.
I noticed that. I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, that was intentional.
I was right. I knew that.
Yeah, that was intentional, and wanted the girls to understand the history behind the color and why the Giants wear it, and that it is truly something that unites two different communities here. So, those were a hit.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Good luck against BU.
Thank you.
I hope there's no upsets there, and we will see you playing in the second game on Saturday.
Hope so.
All right. Thank you, man. Allessie joining us here on the eye test. Oh, we're going to do Berkey first. Sounds good. Steve. No. Come on in. Rolling the guests here in on the eye test on the Sick Podcast Network. Jimmy Murphy, Pierre McGuire, and now I'm joined by our good friend. You may remember him from last year's Friendship 4. He joined us on the last day we were at the Harp. And here you go.
Thank you.
And it was great because he brought his team. He brings the hockey players from the Massachusetts, Greater Boston area over here. And it was great when we did that Q&A. That was maybe my favorite part of the week last year.
I was just telling Pierre, it was the same for our kids, just to get the shout out and to get that exposure. The program I run called Boston and Belfast Youth Empowerment, and I've done it brought 5 groups of kids over here, planning another one for 2026. And it's just been great. I mean, the culture here, as you know, having been here several times, is fantastic. People here treat us like royalty. It's great. We get to do all different stuff with tourist things. We meet up with other youth groups, a lot of civic and educational components to it. And actually, that's why I'm here right now, is to make some more relationship with people on science, STEM-related activities, other educational things that I always like to build in each year to the program. So.
And am I allowed to talk about the other events you're working on? Or we don't let the cat out of the bag
no,
yet?
that's fine.
Okay.
It's really just kind of at the concept stage right now, but Ireland being such a famous place for golf, in the north up here as well, I thought, gee, it's great to come over here in November, January. Wouldn't it be great to come in August, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kicking around the idea of introducing a golf component. A city like Boston has plenty of kids who have special programs that remove the financial barriers for kids to come and play golf. And I just think it would be a really cool thing to do. So I'm actually going to be meeting a few people from the local golfing community here. And I've already met a couple of people at got a meeting at the W5 Monday and St. Mary's School about educational components. So if I do, most likely I'll be targeting the 2027, summer 2027.
Okay, nice.
And then flip-flop hockey and golf. Again, still at the concept stage, but that's what I'd like to do.
Back to the hockey, though, for those that weren't watching last year when you were on, just give them a little background about how this all started.
Yeah, well, my program started really as an offshoot of Mayor Walsh's sister city agreement with Belfast, then Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, which was announced
now the head of the NHLPA.
Yeah,
for those
no
that
kidding.
Put that together.
Slight bump in pay.
Yeah,
slight bump in pay. Great guy,
He's awesome.
Fantastic. And
if you're watching, former mayor and head of the NHLPA, we miss you. Happy New Year.
Loves hockey, loves his Bruins. He's from Dorchester, so he knows what it's all about. But really, they wanted to have a youth component to the Sister City Agreement. And I had run an inner city program in Boston for 20 years called Score Boston, where we removed the financial obstacles for kids of color to come and learn to play the game of hockey. And if they went on to play later on in life, great. If not, we introduced them to something that was fun, hopefully taught them some life skills as well. So I just kind of applied that concept and built in the education and the civic engagement part to make it more of a really educational program than just a glorified hockey trip. And it's been great. It's been a ton of fun.
That's great. Are the kids jealous you're over here right now?
I didn't tell them.
They're going to find out now.
Yeah, I was kind of late in the game to make my decision to come over. And luckily I was able to find a flight that I could afford because it's tough this time of year. But no, I get a different group of kids every year.
Yeah.
So from City of Boston, I've kept it specific to the City of Boston, hit just about every neighborhood in the city. And one I haven't hit yet is Alston Brighton. Okay. So I'm going to be having a conversation.
And you're
with those
based
people.
in Dedham, right?
I live in Dedham, yeah. But the program is all city. I grew up in Dartmouth, Mass.
Okay.
Where UMass Dartmouth is. So southeastern Mass. Now they call it the South Coast.
Yeah. Who knows?
Whatever it is. But I've been in and around Boston since I got a Holy Cross in 1984, so I'll give a plug for the Crusaders.
Hey, they're getting better at hockey these
days. They're very good.
Yeah.
In fact, they should have gone to the tournament last year.
Yeah.
And they got beaten by Bentley in overtime. And Bentley went on to win a couple of rounds. They beat BC, I think.
That was crazy.
Yep. So, so we'll see how Holy Cross does, but they've come a long way.
Good stuff. Well, Steve, it's great having you here again, my friend.
Jimmy.
Always
Thank
a pleasure. I'm glad
us.
we've kept friends, and we'll keep this going. And next time the kids are over here, we'll get them on again. All right.
I love it. Really appreciate it.
All right.
Best of luck. Great job.
Steve Burke joined us here. And now here comes Mr. Doug Christensen, who is very familiar with the city of Belfast and the Belfast. The ECAC commissioner joined us here on the Eye Test on the Sick Podcast Network. He's been on here a couple times before. Sir, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Good to
Thanks
see
so
you.
much for having me.
How's the travels?
Fantastic.
You got here yesterday?
I got here 2 days ago.
Okay.
Was able to go to the Game of Thrones event on New Year's Eve, which was fantastic.
That's right.
For the student athletes and families, and everybody was able to come over. And then obviously yesterday was able to come to the rink, see the coaches, see the players, and catch up with some old friends.
Yeah. How happy is the ECAC to be part of this so frequently?
I mean, Steve Hagwell and Joe Britannia were the ones who got this off the ground.
Yeah.
And this would never have happened without the leadership from a previous Hockey East commissioner and the previous ECAC commissioner. And so I'm really reaping the fruits of their labor. And it's a really special place. Belfast is a special place.
Yep.
And having lived here for 3 years myself, I just know how impactful it is as a city. And for me to be able to help guide the people when they're here, hopefully they have a really good experience, is something that's very meaningful. And for us to be as a league, one of the founding school or leagues, and be able to see the next generation of men and women come through is wonderful.
Yeah. Take us back to when you first arrived here as a hockey player, just if you can remember your first impressions.
I mean, at the time I was a road team before I became the coach here. And I just remember looking up at the crowd and saying, wow, it was just an energetic, lively environment.
Yeah.
And they've only built on that and made it better since I came here. So this is obviously a long time ago now. It doesn't feel as long ago as it really is. But you know what? It's the fans here are something above and beyond. And I think that the one thing about what Belfast does, and for the listeners who don't know, it really is about bringing people together. The history of Northern Ireland and Ireland is well documented.
Yep.
But what the Belfast Giants is about bringing people together and it has done that. And in the 30 years since the Good Friday Agreement, the Belfast Giants are really a testament to what sports can do for a community. And it's really fun to see Harvard women be able to go have a win out there and build on the legacy that's already there.
What an upset, by the way.
It was a great upset, but you know what? Harvard's been building. Laura Bellamy, their head coach, and Tim Trovel, their associate athletic director, they've really identified a way to grow the culture, build the team. And I saw that last year. I saw them when they played UConn in a game, and they blocked more shots than any team that I saw all year. I see a lot of hockey. And when a team is committed that way, you know that success is coming, and it's fun to see them get that now.
Yeah, and another thing too we were talking about too is how sometimes we'll see teams come over here. Maybe the season's been down or it's sort of up and down, and they bond here, and it carries over through the rest of the season. How cool has that been to see? With like Miami, the men's team, it was just here when they won it. They've been great since.
Well, I'll take it one step further. We played the Boston Bruins when I was the coach here, and it was the year they won the Stanley Cup. I remember after they won, they talked about that experience. And so those experiences, when you go away and you share something that nobody else does, is something that's unique and can pull you together. And it also has the ability that even if it doesn't go well, you had a great experience, right? And you're able to just say, that was then and now we start. But you're able to build momentum. You're able to build cohesion. And for the Harvard women, that's something that they're going to have for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
And for the UMD women, obviously they're disappointed with the game, but they've had this tremendous opportunity, and now they have another game tomorrow to be determined who it's going to be against, and they're always have this for the rest of their life as well.
Let's talk ECAC right now. We're getting that point of year now where you can kind of smell the tournament is, I won't say around the corner, but it's much closer now. What is this time of year like for you as you start to strive towards tournament time?
Well, back home, we have 4 men's teams that are playing that are all in the top 21 in the country with Princeton, Dartmouth, Quinnipiac, and Harvard. And those 4 schools tonight are really starting what becomes that second half stretch run to get themselves in the NCAA tournament. There's lots of important non-conference games. Of course, Yale is in a tournament. And, Cornell's got a big matchup with UNO on the men's side. Those games are really, really impactful. And our women's side this year has a bit more parity than it's ever had. And you're starting to see that come through. And it's a gauntlet every single year on our women's side. You have teams like Harvard that are now upsetting top 10 teams in the country. Right. Well, that's what they see every single Friday and Saturday night in our league, and that's a lot of fun.
That's good. I remember when we had you on prior to last season, we were talking about NIL and then, what's going to happen when the CHL NCAA agreement. Now looking back with the experience, we're sort of deep into it now. What's it been like, you think, for your conference?
Well, I think for us as a league, we're the best at what we do in the country. You come to our schools because it's a 40-year decision, not just 4. That has maintained itself.
That's what
I think that as you're looking at the opportunities for players, they're seeing that, and that's resonating across the recruiting landscape, wherever those players are coming from. On the men's side, whether it's CHL or USHL or National Team Development Program or European hockey, the best players are being attracted to what our schools can offer because we are the best at what we do. That it's not just for the 2 years and you go play pro hockey. You can play 2 years and play pro hockey, but you also can go back and have some amazing degrees from our schools. And on the women's side, we have more first-round PWHL draft picks than the rest of the world combined. So individually, those teams are having success. Those players are having success, and the teams are having success as well, evidenced by the fact that we have as many teams as we had in the NCAA tournament.
One thing Pierre says all the time, I think he's right, is that currently we think your conference plays the most similar style to pro style right now in terms of physicality, structure on the ice. Would you agree?
I do. And I think the one thing that we do a really good job of is the details in the game. Because our teams are so tight, you don't have teams that have a real disparity of talent. So a crucial mistake in the second period by not being above the puck or losing a face-off or a missed assignment often is the difference in a game. Well, you watch the NHL, that's exactly the way it is. It is one little mistake or a superstar making a play. That's really what it comes down to. And so we develop players who, coaches, they go into pro hockey, they can understand a system, they can execute it.
You want to dream,
of course. in between the first period and the second period, they can make an adjustment. And so they have those capabilities, and we produce those players that are able to go on and have success in the NHL because they're well prepared for it. And that's because every single night, not only are you playing 2 different opponents in our league on a Friday and a Saturday night, but every single night you're tested with those details.
And the final thing, too, that we love about the ECAC is the arenas. We don't think there's any other conference out there that could say they have the traditional old school barns. How great is it to go into all those different arenas every weekend for you?
You know, we you go into Hobie Baker and you're looking at a rink, and you know this is a 100-year-old rink.
Right.
You look at the Whale at Yale, and it is literally on the National Registry of Historical Monuments. And there's a reason this is for its architectural design. We have so many amazing places, and for the be able, as a former player in the league, to go into these buildings. I remember I used to take a picture in all these places because they were so fun to be a part of and to be able to play in. And those buildings are still there, and I think that that's great. And the one thing that I will say is our schools have put in millions of dollars to update those facilities. So not just the fact that you've got an older building, but the back areas now have all of those luxuries and fun things that, you know, all those teams across the country have. That, of course, we want our players to have that experience, but then they get to go out on some really fantastic
And let's
buildings.
not forget where it all finishes off.
Well, in Lake Placid. I mean, for our men's and women's, this is the first year our women's championship is moving to Lake Placid. A lot of that has to do with the leadership of Chad Cassie and his team in Lake Placid. We've had a tremendous experience there, so we want our women to have that too. And it's just a special spot, and hopefully you guys will find a way to make it there.
I can't wait to be back there. All right.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Commissioner.
Take care. Happy New Year. Thank you.
There we go. Commissioner Christensen joined us here on the eye test, and here comes Pierre McGuire back for our Q&A. We'll see you upstairs, my friend.
Perfect.
All right.
Absolutely.
Second game coming up soon. Quinnipiac and BU. And as you can hear some music, and you heard the Quinnipiac team, I believe it was there, getting ready.
That'd be correct.
Yeah, and they're warming up. How we doing?
Good.
Yeah, always a pleasure to see
I'm
you,
really
Commish.
jacked up for that win. That's unbelievable.
It is cool.
I feel bad for the young ladies from Duluth,
Right.
but I like upsets.
I do too.
Unless
and I
I'm
think
involved
fans
in
do
them.
as well. Well, luckily, going back to your days in Pittsburgh, you were gone by the time they lost to the Islanders that year, right? 93.
We were the ones doing upsets in Hartford.
Anyway, Pierre, before we get to our Q&A, because they are lining up here right now, and as you can imagine, a lot of Olympic questions.
Yeah.
One thing we wanted to bring up was the Canadians starting to really get it together in their road trip right now. I think they may be giving up a little more goals than they want, but they're finding ways to
So
win.
one thing, they're going to have to make a decision. Are they going to go with Dobish and Montembeau the rest of the way? Because if they are, send Fowler back. Or is Fowler going to be part of a 2-goalie rotation, not a 3?
Yeah.
They have figured out.
I don't like the 3 at all.
No, it's not. And
It's
Fowler
not
can't be
conducive
sitting
for anybody.
He shouldn't be sitting around. I'm not trying to be negative.
Yeah.
I mean, they know that. They know
Yeah.
as a management team. Get him playing. He's
Yeah.
just got to play. And if he's going to play in the NHL, let him play. And if he's not, send him back to Laval. It's fine.
Another game I want to go to from last night before we get to this Q&A, because a couple days ago when we were here, you were talking about Austin Matthews starting to show that fire again. Last night, a 4.9, a hat trick and assist. They win again. It's so apparent right now how much more involved he is than he seemed to be earlier in the season.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's just you look at the standings and you say, we got to get going here.
Or it's going to be too late.
We're not going to make the playoffs. And that would be, as him being the captain, that'd be an unmitigated disaster for him, for Willie Nylander, and I would even say Johnny Tavares. Those are the 3 guys that are kind of the standard bearer for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Well, Johnny T's played great all year.
Yeah.
He has.
He hasn't been.
Willie's been in and out. Hasn't been great. Hasn't been bad. It's in and out. And he's hurt right now. And Austin, I don't know what got into him, but it's about time, and he deserves everything he's getting in terms of positive reinforcement. He's been really good.
All right, let's get to our sponsors right now, and then we will get to our Q&A. And you know what, Pierre? I'm going to wing it on my picks tonight because I've been so busy. I just looked at one game, the Winter Classic, which, by the way,
I'm working that game post.
By the way, and I don't want to pile on. They're getting crucified for having a game down in Florida right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of it's right, Pierre. It doesn't feel like the Winter Classic anymore. It's just, to me, it's lost its allure, and you're doing too many outdoor games. Another one coming up a month from now. I get it, and this is no knock on all the people that work with the NHL because I know how much work goes into the preparation for that. It starts long before now, but it's getting watered down to me, Pierre. It really is.
The local areas don't mind it. They don't. It's the TV that suffers. The TV product suffers.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a knock on the people that own the TV rights right now, but it's just viewers aren't turning in. It's lost its luster that way. But if you live in that market, so if you live in South Florida right now, or you're a guy from New York or a lady from New York, You want to go see the Rangers play.
That's great for you.
That's fun
those
for you.
fan
You
base.
go down. It's a totally different deal. But if you're outside the market of New York or Florida, you're not watching.
What's interesting up here, one of my cousins lives down in Fort Lauderdale, and he said, he drives around, he's going to work or he's going out to a rest. Nobody's talking about it. There's not enough buzz. Whereas I remember when the thing was at Fenway, you couldn't go anywhere without hearing about it.
Yeah, so they're two totally different markets. I remember when in 2004 Tampa won the Stanley Cup, 7 minutes from the rink, nobody even knew the Stanley Cup was in town. So I mean, let's just look how much it's grown.
It's the market.
I remember when the Tampa value of the franchise was probably, well, we don't count the expansion price, but probably around $200 million. Now it's $1.2 billion. So I mean, the game's grown. Let's give it some credit.
We'll give it credit there. All right, let's get over right now to our wonderful friends over at Vago, where I can't wait to go in about. Geez, it's only going to be just over a month now, Pierre, because we are into January, and we will be there in February for the Winter Olympics. And I'm sure, as I said, we got a lot of Olympic questions coming up. But if you are in Montreal anytime soon, or you live there and you're watching right now, go over there, tell them we sent you, because they combine old world classics and new Italian dishes for over 23 years. Private dining rooms for any occasion. They're open Monday to Saturday evenings and lunch from Tuesday to Friday. They are located at 1336 Green Avenue in the Westmount section of Montreal. For reservations, call 514-846-1414, 514-846-1414. I've been craving a pasta meal, Pierre. I can't wait to get over to Vago.
Tommaso and Angelo will take care of you.
They will for sure. And of course, our other sponsors are Betway, where you can still go all the way with Betway and bet those beauties. And we have that membership deal. The new membership deal is still going right now. If you're watching, go to the QR code right in front of you where you can sign up for your new membership. Or if you're listening, you can get to the website when you can. Go to the membership section there and fill out in the details section, and you will get up to $300 back on your first deposit. That's right. Even if you lose your first bet, you're getting credit for your next one. So go there right now. And here's my picks. I got two of them. As I said, I got a Winter Classic pick here right now. Rangers and Panthers. Now, usually when these things are played in normal winter weather, I'm looking at the over-under a lot, because usually when you play in the cold, or if it's snowing or the wind is picking up, it's hard to get a high-scoring game, so I usually go under. Usually those over-unders are cast at like 6.5. Ironically, here in Florida, they've got it down at 5.5. I love the over, because I think there'll be more goals in warmer weather. That's as long as the ice is okay. But I think you're going to see a lot of goals in this game, so give me the over 5.5. And the other game I'm looking at right now is going to be the game that is starting up shortly, where you are right now, the Vegas Golden Knights and St. Louis Blues. Interesting. We know St. Louis is having a rough season, but Vegas has kind of been up and down. They're trying to gain traction. I like them to go in there right now and win on the puck line. You get great value, -1.5 at +170. Give me the Vegas Golden Knights to win that game. Let's get to the Q&A. What do we got? All right, Juice, what's up, my friend? Happy New Year. What NHL team should be worried about sending too many players to the Olympics? That's a great call, and I think it's the team we just talked about that's in the Winter Classic.
Yeah, Florida's got a lot of guys going. Nikola just made Team Finland.
Yep.
I think Vegas, too.
Yeah, Vegas is another one there, too. Noah Hannafin is going to be on that team.
Hannafin, Eichel, Marner.
Eichel, Stone. So, yeah, definitely there. All right, next question. Renaissance Resistor. Happy New Year's. Is Slafkovsky's dominant play going to be a serious problem for Olympic teams? He's looking like a game changer right now.
No, I mean, best on best. He's a great player. I don't think it's going to be a problem for Olympic teams. In the last Olympics, he was the MVP of the Olympics, and he wasn't even drafted.
People are going to forget that.
But, no, he's a handful for anybody.
Yeah, he's going to be great. All right, let's go. Next question. What do we got? Ethan Russell. Thoughts on the goalie situation with USA junior team? I know it's hard to talk about coaching, but do you think they made the wrong decision? The team in front of the goalie wasn't helping either.
I didn't like the Americans to win a medal in this tournament, so
I didn't either.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. It's cyclical more than anything else, and they've gone through some pretty good cycles. They've won 2 in a row.
Yeah,
a lot of those guys are gone. Ryan Leonard's gone. Lane Hutson's gone. I mean, a lot of those guys are gone.
Another one thing I say too, Pierre, and I'm happy for him in the United States that he's back, but I don't like Cole Hutson playing in this game. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to begin to try and figure out how they determine this. It just seems like a little too soon. I just hope he's okay.
I learned a long time ago, unless you're in the room with the kid, you just don't I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know.
All right, next question. Anthony, Montreal. How can you justify not selecting his brother, Lane Hutson, to Team USA? It's unbelievable he was left off the team. Anthony, we agree 100%.
I'm shocked.
I'm stunned. I mean, this is a guy right now who is in the running for the Norris Trophy, arguably second right now, if you want to say.
I'm careful. Jake Sanderson's really good.
Yep.
But all I'll say is he's a top 4 guy in the league at his position.
All right, next question. Juice, is it more ideal for the Canadians' playoff push for Lane Hutson and Cole Caulfield to stay for the Olympics?
No, I want him in the Olympics.
Yeah, I think it's a great experience. I know everybody wants the players healthy.
You get better. I mean, you want to know the truth, go watch the 2010 Olympics. Jonathan Taves, Brent Seabrook was there.
And look at them after.
Patrick Kane was there. That's their first cup.
Yeah, it's true. Because
Taves was a player of the tournament.
Well, you come back and your mindset is already sort of in that playoff mentality, Pierre, because of where you just came
I like
from.
what Marty St. Louis said the other day. He said when you go to the Olympics and you're around all those top players, they all do things differently. And if you go there, and he was talking about Suzuki after he made it, he's going to learn so much. Yeah. And I can tell you, like, you're around those, you do a lot of, I did a lot of Olympics. This will be my 8th.
That's a great point.
And you're around and you watch and you're like, you learn a lot.
There was somebody, I forget, I'll think of it and I'll say it next week, but there was a player I remember last year that was playing with Crosby, and he was saying that a lot when he was there. And then when he came back, it's going to kill me who it was.
Chris Kunitz?
No, I'm talking last year at the not the Olympics, at the Four Nations thing.
Macklin Celebrini?
I think it was Celebrini. No, you're right, at the World Championships. That's what it was. It was Macklin. I remember him saying that. All right, next question. Real Deal Primer. Sabres 10 straight. Yes, we know. They're rolling.
That's awesome. They're
rolling, Real Deal. Good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, we want that for the
it.
fans there. We're really happy for them.
Oh, but can we just – one thing that's bugging me, Pierre, everyone keeps saying that this started when they fired Kevin Adams. It did not. They were on a three-game win streak
on the road, too. They were on the road. Their last win on the road was on that streak was in Seattle.
Right. And I just think that discredits the players and Lindy Ruff because it had started before that. All right, next question. Ethan Russell, is it just me or does Carolina have a big issue in net? Can you trust Bussy and Anderson in the playoffs? Along with the defensive depth, I'm sure Brent Burns could help.
I'm going to leave it to Jimmy.
Yeah, you know what? In terms of Bussy, Ethan, and you know I love you, Ethan, but I respectfully disagree on Bussy. Out of all the games he started so far in the NHL, I count only 2 bad games. He's been great for them, so I'm not going to throw him there. Anderson, on the other hand, yeah, I'm a little worried about that, and I agree with you on the defensive depth. All right.
It's more than just Burns, though. Go look at it. Look at all the guys they lost.
Yeah, and by the way, how about Stahl calling the team out the other day, basically going to bat for the coach? Because
I don't think
he knows.
He's calling the team out. I think he's calling the GM out.
Ooh, yep. I mean, I liked what he said there. How many times?
I'm not going to apologize for this. Said last year was a referendum on analytics.
Yep.
They didn't win.
Yeah.
They did not. They didn't come close to winning. This year for them is another referendum. It's the last one.
It is. And I'm glad that, we're not going to have that narrative where the coach has got to go because it's not him at all. All right, next question. Juice, thoughts on Team Canada naming Jack? I'm not going to remember that name, Pierre. Could you help me out? Ivanovic?
Ivan Kovic.
The starting goalie for tonight's game in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Plays at the University of Michigan, plays against men, played in the Ontario Hockey League before that. No, I'm not surprised.
All right, next question. Ethan again, don't you think this year's Winter Classic should be for a stadium series? Doesn't seem the same. Yeah, I agree. Like we were saying, it's just I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but yeah, I'm with you, Ethan. All right, next question. Christopher Riccati. Pierre, you talked about how important was the pro scouting this year. What are your thoughts about Alex Texier? What a pickup by Montreal.
Huge. So there are a couple guys that have been picked up quietly. One is Troy Stetcher in Toronto on waivers. Any team in the league could add him. Toronto picked him. Great pickup. Really, look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
Even the coach can't believe how good he is, and he coached against them for years. And then the other one is Texier. Dan Milstein's his agent.
Yeah.
And Dan got him out of his contract, and the rest is history. So that's good scouting.
That's 2 straight years where Montreal's made 2 under-the-radar pickups during the series. One was during a trade last year, Carrier, and then this. All right,
the
next
Carrier trade still crazy.
Yeah. Okay, 2 more questions here. What do we got? Ethan Russell. Pierre, do you think Matthias Samuelsson is right up there with Ryan Shea in the most improved? 19 points in 37 games, plus 15.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to Paul Steigerwald with Pittsburgh Penguins pregame show about that. Matthias is one of the most improved guys. Ryan Shea is the most improved player in the league. He is. But Matthias Samuelsson's right up there and makes me feel good. I coach his papa.
I was just going to say, I was so happy when you told me that. It was Shell Samuelson's kid. That's great.
Shell's son.
All right, next question. I believe this is our last one. What do we got? Anthony from Montreal says, what will Suzuki take away, well, as we were just discussing, from playing with all these elite players on Team Canada?
You know, I think the biggest thing is the versatility you have to have. You know, some nights you're going to be a center. Some nights you're going to be a winger. Some nights you're going to have to play on your offside.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there are all these different things that are going to happen for him. And then I think the biggest thing, and this is just from I was really close with the 0-2 team, and Coach Babcock let me be real close with the 2010 team. And I can tell you, Jimmy, like, to see the way different guys prepare for big games, that helps you.
That rubs off on you for
Yeah,
sure.
you learn a lot. You think you know it, and then you see, like, wow, this guy's he's up here. He's at another level. So it's kind of neat to see that.
Good stuff. All right. I think that's it for all our questions here on our first show.
What a week.
What a week. Great week. Listen, we want to thank everybody out there, starting with Sarah Stanton and Cara Group Travel, Garth, Melita, the whole crew, Andrea, Adam, who's
Michael
standing right over there, Michael
Lemon.
at the Harry Lemon, and more as well. Your daughter, Justine McGuire, who's our unofficial producer.
Yeah.
She's doing great. And wonderful Belfast Giants, everybody here,
Yeah,
Stevie Thornton, Robin Fitzpatrick, the whole crew, everybody here at the Off Ice Bar.
Odyssey Trust,
AC Marriott, Belfast, where we're staying. Always a joy there. Pierre, it just flies. I mean,
where did we do our first show besides what was the next day after the Harry Lemon?
We were. Now you're making me travel.
I know.
No. Oh yeah, we were pregame. Belfast Giants. That's right.
In the private
that was great because we had the warm-ups going behind us.
Yep. That was really good.
By the way, I saw Jay coming over here, our UMass friend.
Oh, did you?
Yep, coming over here on the way to the arena. He's at the
Jake Gaudette.
Yep, Jake Gaudette from UMass. So thanks to everyone. Thanks to our crew at home for helping us out as well. Thanks to you, the viewers and watchers.
You're on your own Monday.
Yeah, listen.
I'm flying
I know
back
you'll
Monday.
be coming back. Don't worry, we'll figure it out.
Flying back Monday.
You filled in for me while I was down out. You enjoy your flight. Enjoy your. I hope you have a day off that last day.
No.
Ugh. Well, enjoy whatever time you can with your family.
She's got to go to work.
Yeah, Justine's leaving the same day as me. That's right.
We're
both leaving Sunday. But yeah, what a week here. First show 2026. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I will see you back home on the Eye Test on the Sick Podcast Network on Monday.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Eye Test with Pierre McGuire and Jimmy Murphy on YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.